Welcome back to John's Films. Today is the first ever episode of video editing for kids. We're going to learn how to create Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite videos, and we're going to do it using Davinci Resolve, which is actually used in Hollywood. So come along with me. We're going to learn how to take video. We're going to pull it up into our media pool here in Davinci Resolve. We're going to use the preview window. The preview window is going to allow us to see what we want to put into our timeline down at the bottom. And once we get our timeline constructed, we're going to ship it off to YouTube. So come along with me and let's get it figured out. Here we are at the computer. First thing we got to do is get Davinci Resolve. To do that, we come to Blackmagic Design/support. And here we're able to download it from the latest downloads. If you don't see it right off, click on this little bubble right here that says Davinci Resolve Fusion and Blackmagic eGPU. This is the area where you get the software. To get it for free, you make sure you don't get the version that says Studio. So we need to get this version here and download it for Windows, Linux, or Mac. If you don't know which one you're on, you're probably on Windows. To download it, you can put in some details here and click Download. It will download the latest file to your desktop. And on your desktop, it'll probably be in the Downloads folder, which you'll be able to find right here on the left of your File Explorer. To get the File Explorer open, use the Windows key and the E key at the same time. Now that we've got that downloaded, you'll see it as a zip file. You would double click on that and extract it by just dragging it out onto your desktop. It'll take a minute as it unpacks it. You see it crams it all together really small so you don't have too much to download, and then you have to blow it back up before you can actually use it. It'd be like if you bought a pool float already blown up. Doesn't make any sense. Saves a lot of space when they're shipping it around when it's small. So there we go, it's unpacked, and now we need to install it. We do that by double-clicking on the installer that got put on your desktop. Once you double-click that installer, it'll ask you, are you sure? And then you'll say yes. Take the defaults and click install. Once that is done, we'll find this link right here on your desktop that says Resolve. This one is what we double-click to open. It'll ask you if you want to take a tour. Fear not. Tell it to skip it. We're going to take that tour right now. So to do that, I'll open up my Resolve, and here we go. Earlier we talked about a media pool. You can see that right up here on the left. You can see our preview window here, which is where we can see what we're thinking about putting into our footage. And then you can see our production timeline below. This is the thing that we're going to construct so that we can ship it off to YouTube. Now this is how I work to add things to my timeline. I've got my playhead, and wherever I insert things, it's going to go where the playhead is. I've got my pool where I can pull all different types of footage from. Here you can see I've already identified a clip I'd like to pull from. I did that by setting what's called an in and an out point. The in and out points are set by using two special keys on the keyboard. The I key for an in, and over here we're going to have an O key for an out. Now I have a very small section of my clip that I'm going to click and drag down onto my timeline. There we go. So now I'm able to, again, come back up here into my preview window and click I. I'll use the spacebar to let it play for a bit. Stop it with the spacebar and hit O. Now I've got a really small clip I'm going to add right here on the end by dragging it down. With the items in the clip area here, I can play back using the play button right here. And this is going to play back here in my preview window for my timeline. This preview just shows me everything that I've built, and you'll see I've put in some effects that you saw in the intro, and the effects are moving graphics over the top of the footage that I'm recording. There we go. This stuff is something we'll cover in a future episode, but right now we're just going to make our first timeline. And because I've got these laid together and it's working, I'm now going to show you the last step to being able to get our video out the door. And that is to click on the Deliver tab down here at the bottom. What you would do with this, click on the rocket ship, and now we're going to pick some options of how we'd like to get it where we're going. For this today, I'm just going to say H.264 master, and this is just to say first video. You have to pick a spot on your computer that you want it to go. You can use all the other defaults that are there. If you just choose Add to Render Queue here, it'll prompt you and say, what do you want to call it and where do you want to put it? I'm going to put it in my Videos folder, and I'll let it choose the save type. Notice it added up here on the right, it added a render queue. It added a job. And you can click Start Render, and now you'll see it click along at the bottom, a countdown up here in the top. And when it's done, your video will be created. When it gets done, it'll be stored in the location you chose on your file system. If you forgot where that was, you can right-click up here and say Open File Location, and that'll immediately point you directly to the video that you made. Hey, there we go. I wouldn't recommend posting that to YouTube, though you can do that at youtube.com. What I'd probably do? Hang on to it for the next episode. We're going to make it better with sound effects, with graphics, and really learn how to start editing. All right, that was awesome. And next time we're going to learn how to create effects. We're going to learn how to layer audio, maybe some green screen. We'll figure it out. But we're going to have a complete series here where we learn how to make the most awesome videos for YouTube. Stick around, make sure to hit subscribe so you catch the next one, and have a great day.